But you have 5 more kilos in you. Come on. That's two
Oh,
and a half per side.
yeah, I don't think I'll be hitting 300 anytime soon. Maybe after Arnold's. Maybe I'll just do
Not
like,
with that attitude.
yeah, definitely not with this attitude.
All right, so on today's episode, we have Katie Blunden from Australia. Katie has been doing strongman for since 2021. Is that right?
Yep.
She is a paramedic by trade. So when she's not resuscitating people by night, she's lifting weights by day. Um, yeah. How are you
Mhm.
doing? Like, how are you feeling? Are you ready?
I'm feeling ready. Like I'm at that point in the prep where I'm like, let's just bring it on. Let's just do it. I'm
Yeah.
like done
Get it.
with the heavy training. Yeah, yeah. So how
Tell
about
me
you?
about it. Yeah. I'm
Hmm.
ready for the bruises to be done. I'm ready to not feel tired all the time. I'm good to go, you know? So
Yeah, my plan is to sleep the plane ride, even though I know I probably won't. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna sleep the plane. Yeah, right. Who sleeps on a plane?
I thought I was
Girl,
last time. I was like, I'm gonna sleep really well. I'm gonna pass out, wake up, and be in like LA. No, I was upright, sitting there the whole time, just like, oh, I hated it. Yeah,
listen. Our shoulders, our legs are far too big to be comfy on any airplane. There's no nap.
hmm. Yep.
So what are you looking forward to the most? What event?
Uh, oh my God. I'm trying to think of what events are.
Yeah.
Probably surprisingly the trap bar. Usually I don't look forward to deadlifts, but I'm kind of looking forward to the deadlift.
Me too, actually. I'm gonna
Uh,
PR on it. I'll pee
mm,
for sure, and then I'll just rip her. So I'll PR.
yeah, because it's just like heavy, but I feel like you can get another rep out of it than if it was a
Yep.
normal barbell. Yeah,
So what is it that you do and where you're from Australia, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm a paramedic,
Okay.
so
How
yeah.
long have you been doing that for?
About 18 months.
Oh,
So
wait, how old are
yeah,
you?
still 25, about to turn 26.
Holy shit. And how long have you been doing strongman for?
I did my first comp in 2021. So what's that, like 4
21?
years? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're a little baby. What sports did you do in college or high school or did you go to college or anything like that?
Well, I rode horses like pretty much all of my high school, and we used to go and compete and
Mm.
do show jumping. And then after that, I kind of like got into the gym a little bit, and then I decided to do Olympic weightlifting and did that for a
Oh
year.
yeah.
And then COVID hit, and I was like, I'm bored. And so I just went back to like
Yeah.
gym bro stuff. And then
Yeah.
someone did a strongman comp, and I was like, that looks sick. I want to do that.
Yeah.
And then
Nice. So, were you an equestrian or a Western rider?
equestrian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what
Yeah.
made you decide to like keep going with strongman?
I don't know, I just enjoyed it. I like how it's different.
Mhm.
Um, and so you're always training different events and just changes up and like you're always, I guess, bettering yourself.
Yeah.
Like a new prep comes in and you're like pushing that implement, pushing it for reps or pushing it for max, and it's just always different, which is fun.
Yeah. So then, okay, this is my like biggest thing. Do you prefer a max out event or for reps event?
A max for sure. Yeah. I'd rather just do
Nice.
one heavy, hard rep than like
Mhm.
lots of hard reps that maybe a bit
Really?
lighter. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's good for you.
You're like, fuck. I
Yeah.
don't want that.
Like, well, it's I I really like doing it for reps in a comp just because like it's like it's I find that to be like the true like grit test where it's like okay, when things start to get uncomfortable, when you start to get fatigued, who's going to keep going? That's what I love to see. And it's I love that gritty mentality where it's just like how far can I push it? Obviously with a max out, it's that one's really easy to psych yourself out, especially me. Like I psych myself out with those. But when it's like, okay, you have this for reps, it's like, okay. That's where the crazy comes out.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I've done a lot of comps where like it's super high reps though, like over 10 kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I've
Where
never seen
it's
that.
yeah, it's usually like five or something, which is not like too
Yeah.
bad, I guess. But
Yeah,
yeah,
like
if
I
you've got to
think
over
for a
10.
promoter, if you're making a good show, they should be repping out 5 to 8 or 4 to 8.
Mm,
Like the lower levels will hit about 4 and the upper will hit about 8. Like so then do you prefer yoke or farmers?
yoke. My grip is shit. It is really bad. So I'll take yoke any day. Yeah.
Interesting. What's the heaviest you've gone?
With yoke
Yeah.
or uh OSG. So what was that like
Really?
327 kilos?
Are you
Mm,
wanting to max it out?
mm, not really.
What? I
It's,
kind of want to do like a max effort for like 10 feet.
but I feel like
See,
it's so
like
hard because
it is.
you've got to like know what number you're hitting. You know what I mean?
N
Like you can't just like
or
and
or you just don't pay attention and you just like take a shot of whiskey and then you let someone do the weights for you and not tell you.
mm, yeah. I don't know. That's
Do you
scary.
need to know the weights?
Yeah. I like
Okay.
knowing the weights, yeah. And then it also, if anything, it helps me hype up because then if I know I'm like, shit, this is heavy, like I
Yeah.
need to get hyped up. Yeah.
Yeah. So like how do you get into like that mental state of hyping yourself up? What do you do? Cuz like watching you, I've only seen you compete at OSG. So like I don't know what your process is. So as an athlete, you're backstage, you're about to hit a PR on stage, which everyone says, "Oh, you don't hit PRs at a comp." I say that's BS because I hit PRs
Yeah.
at comps. That's what I peak for. I'm not peaking in the gym, I'm peaking for the comp. So I'm looking to
Yeah.
get more reps than I got last time. I'm looking to hit a heavier weight than in the gym. Like you should be peaking to PR at the comp. So when you're backstage, I noticed that you were to yourself a lot and like it looked like your coach or whoever was with you was hyping you up and like keeping you in that mental state. What's your kind of process behind all that? When
Yeah. It's
self-doubt kicks in and Katie needs to like kick it into high gear.
particularly at OSG, I was so nervous. I was like feeling like I was gonna like throw up the entire time. I'd never been so nervous, but particularly before an event, I can't like talk to lots of people and just be social because that just I find distracts me, and then I go on stage and I do crap. So usually, yeah, it's just like trying to kind of stick to myself. Usually, yeah, like my coach or my best friend will be there with me, and then sometimes listening to music. Otherwise, usually it's just trying to like keep calm, essentially, and not let like my mind just spiral. But I guess like thinking about the event, what I need to do, and then yeah, I guess when I go out there, it's like usually salts and like sometimes I like hit myself or slap myself, um,
Nice, nice.
and maybe like a little like yell or a little roar. Yeah, but otherwise, like usually to lift heavy, I have to get quite aggressive. I can't
Mhm.
just kind of like walk up to something and lift it,
Right.
or else it just does not move. Yeah.
How is that different from you training in the gym to comp day? So like you got a
Usually,
heavy weight, you're just not there, but like you got to do it.
yeah, it's usually like music, salts. Yeah, sometimes it's just like I'm just too fatigued, or like I just can't get into that state. But yeah, usually like salts is a big one, I think, and music.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And is that how you've always been with sports or just with strongman or just
Um,
recently?
I remember my first like weightlifting comp or something. I walked out and I like stomped on the platform. I don't know how to describe
Yeah.
it. And like, looking at the videos now, I'm like, oh my God, that's cute. But I think like I think it's also like at comps, I have to like hype up more to overcome the nerves.
Yeah.
So like if I don't do that, then yeah, the nerves take over.
Yeah.
So it's like I'd rather come in like more hyped to just like attack it rather than thinking about like, oh, there's all these people here and I've
Yeah.
got to hit this way and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. Well, my first international comp was OSG. Um,
Really?
Yeah, so I've
Aw, little
never
baby
been,
Katie.
never actually been overseas before that. So that was like first overseas trip, first international comp. And I guess fourth in that, which is good, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then last year as well, I did Australia's Strongest Woman. I placed
Nice.
second.
Nice.
Um, and I guess I did Australia's Strongest Woman the year before that, so 2023, and that was I think I got fifth place.
Okay.
Um, so they're sort of I think the biggest comps I've done, I'd say. Yeah.
Right. And any local shows, like lots of local, or just done what you needed to do?
Maybe like I think last year maybe I did like four.
Okay.
And then they've gotten less and less. Like I reckon the first year or second year I competed, I did quite a few comps. And
Mhm.
then they're more like yeah, like state or local comps. And then
Yeah.
from there it goes less and less as I'm like needing to prioritize stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
So then, is there a way to get your pro card in Australia or not really?
No, like so we don't have pro cards.
Mhm.
Essentially like if I wanted to go and step into and do a novice comp, I
Mhm.
could, but it's just very frowned upon if I went and did that. Um,
Yeah,
but
but when the prize money is 25K.
yeah, so
Oops.
yeah, we don't really have prize money here in Australia.
Oh.
So like we do, but it's not much.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
like
that's the same here.
all of the comps are like essentially self-funded and you wouldn't be able to like win back what you've
Yeah.
spent on the comp. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's kind of the same here. Like it's not really a money make. It's starting to get that way, which I kind of think is pulling away from the roots a little bit, but I understand it's also a business on top of it, but back in the day registration used to be like 70 bucks, 80 bucks. Now I think it's like 100 or something like that. So it's gone
Yeah,
up and like it's I think that's a little ridiculous when it's a gym competition where you don't have to pay for the venue, you don't have to rent out any space or time or anything like that. So yeah, but even in Canada, like it's the prize money is there might be prize money there, but I've always paid more to go than I've received back. Always.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
last year at Westerns was the first time. I think Westerns was where I made the most money all year, despite like
yeah,
OSG and like anything like that. So yeah,
yeah.
no, prize money, I'm used to not getting it. So which
Mm.
sucks. But oh,
It all just helps essentially. Yeah,
yeah,
makes it a bit
yeah.
easier. Like to there. Yeah, yeah.
But
Sorry, my
like if
cat
you
in the road.
no, that's okay. I've been following your cat around the apartment.
Yeah, yeah. I
Honestly
closed
though,
the door, so it's
oh nice. Cool trophies are where it's at though. I have a spear.
yeah. That's pretty cool. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
And like I know
Just
that my
like
friend she's gotten a sword before and it's like, damn, how do you get that? So
yeah, that would be sick. That would be sick as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
mine's I kind of want to talk about mindset a little bit more with you just because you're so fresh in the sport. What have been some things that you have kind of put in your tool bag? Because like I know it's not easy stepping onto an international stage as like your like OSG is really big. Um the audience used to be a lot bigger, but I think everyone's kind of going on to watch it online now, which is a lot cheaper than flying to watch OSG in person. Because like there's
yeah,
no way your parents are gonna come with you to watch you. They're gonna
no,
subscribe for
no.
10 bucks. So, but
Mm.
it's
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
interesting because my first international, I was nervous because I didn't know where I was supposed to be. I didn't know like how the other girls warmed up. Like I was just like, what's going on?
yeah,
And
yeah.
then over time it's evolved where I've done this before and now it's more like, okay, I can't talk to all of you because I have to get ready, but it's good seeing you. So like it's kind of nice where you can just walk in and feel comfortable, but I think it's a lot about knowing the space that you're going. And if you don't know, then it's kind of really stressful. So how have you kind of learned, like what strategies have you used when you're stressed out at a new comp and a big comp?
Well, I suppose OSG, I had my coach and my best friend with me who went
Mhm.
like the year before and had been previously, so they
Nice.
kind of helped me quite a lot. Otherwise, I think I really would have struggled on my own. I feel like I did struggle anyway. Like I
Mhm.
feel like my mindset is something that Um, looks better than what it is, probably. Like I think I get very anxious,
Hmm.
very nervous. Like the weekend, I struggled to eat a lot,
Yep.
and so I underate the like pretty much the entire weekend because I just had to force feed myself and then
Yep.
try not to be sick from nerves. But even just like mentally, like comparing myself and
Yeah.
the whole prep leading up, like even this prep, like trying not to compare myself to everyone and just like bring myself down in sessions. Like I'll run the yoke and it'll be as fast as I possibly ran it, but I'll be like, it's not good enough.
Hmm.
Like it needs to be
Hmm.
faster and just like try not to like tear myself down every single time.
Yeah.
Which is something I guess like trying to work on. That's really
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Um, but I guess yeah, coming in, it's more just trying not to let myself spiral. So I think once I start like thinking a certain way, it's very easy to just like keep going down and down, and then I'll get to the
Hmm.
point where I'm like, I don't even deserve to be at these comps, and just like pretty crappy mental thinking.
Girl,
Um,
we all pay the same registration fee. Of course you deserve to be there.
yeah, like it's stuff where like I'll be like, that's stupid to think, but just like when you're kind of in that spiral, it's like hard to not think that way.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm not too sure what strategies I use because I'm still
Still
doing
learning.
the things I should be thinking.
Yeah.
But more just like I guess yeah, relying on the people close to me to like help keep me mentally sane,
Yeah.
and just trying to like stay calm or using like music or
Yeah.
distractions to not just like sit there and like ponder on something. Um, like I suppose like this comp Arnold's leading up to, I don't have my coach or my friend coming with me, so I'm completely by myself. Like I've got a few like other Aussies there, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But essentially, like yeah, my biggest supports won't be there. So
Yeah.
um, that's also I think a good thing because then it makes me branch out a little bit more and be a bit
Yeah.
more social.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy, I guess, when I am nervous to just like go in my little bubble and then not
Hmm.
be social. Um, but I don't know what strategies I use. I don't really have good ones.
Loading.
So
They're not there yet.
no,
Well, I
no.
mean, you'll have probably a majority of the top 10 women there. So like, and we'll probably
Yeah.
all be sitting next to each other.
Hmm.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like this year's group of top 10 has been like the most supportive that I've ever experienced. And like this was my fourth OSG. And like
Hmm.
it's never been as supportive as it is now. And like as soon as the ladies hit the floor, it was like game on. But coming off the floor, it was like, all right, who needs a snack? I gotta sit my big ass down. Like it just it
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
good time. And so I feel like with the same group of ladies, it's gonna be like that. And I'm really looking forward to it because I've never had that in a comp before. So you're lucky that you're hitting this strand as early in your career as you
Yeah.
are, because it's like this has never really been here. So it's for a new person coming into the international scene, like this is a really good start for you because like you can see who the good ones are a little bit and who's there to support you and who's there to slice your throat.
Yeah. I mean, everyone so far is lovely and
Yeah.
supportive. So that's really nice. No one's tried
Yeah.
to slit my throat yet or slice my throat, but um,
Nice. That's good.
I mean, it could be a good time. Who knows? But
Yeah. Just don't tell
um,
me what your hotel room number is. It's fine.
I
I
might die in
wouldn't
my
do
sleep.
that to you.
Yeah, I'm
So
like,
with that, do you find that you kind of put going out to the side when you train and get ready for stuff? Do you become a hermit?
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I become like that anyway because I just get into this routine of like work, train, work, train, work, train,
Mhm.
and then like socializing definitely gets pushed to the side.
Mhm.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big part of it too. Like it's work, train, eat, sleep, work, train, eat, sleep, and it's just like the vicious cycle. And then family's like, "Hey, we're in. Do you want to go out?" And it's like, "Go out?" But I gotta go to the gym for 3 hours. What do you mean go out? Like I
Yeah.
don't know what that
Yeah.
means anymore. So it's fun hanging out with a bunch of weirdos like me because it's like you guys also get it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's like, or it's like trying to fit stuff in. Like I've had a few times my parents are like, oh, we're going to go out for lunch. Like, do you want to come? And I'm like, I'm about to go train and then I've got to go to work. Like I can't
yeah.
not train because then this session won't get done ever. So
Hmm.
like I can't, and yeah, you like
Yeah.
end up missing out on nice things with
Yeah.
people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like birthdays, family. Oh yeah. Like the amount of times like Aaron and I haven't gone to the lake to see his family because I'm traveling for a comp. It's like, I think I would actually rather be at the lake right now. I think it's 32 degrees at the lake. It's nice and hot. Like there's a beach calling my name, but nope, here I am exerting myself in plus 30 weather, trying to stay hydrated, in pain, just wanting to go into like the pool. Oh no, it's heated. Just kidding. I'd like to
Yeah.
eat, but I can't keep anything down. So sometimes the lake would be a better option, in my opinion. And when I say 32, I
Yeah.
mean Celsius. We talk about in metric here. So,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand Celsius. Fahrenheit, no idea.
okay. So what's been like your biggest PB in the gym or in comp?
Biggest PB. Oh, probably like my overheads, I'd say.
Mhm.
That's where I think I am better at than anything else. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with the PB I hit the other day. So I hit a 130
Are you
log.
gonna hit 300? People want it.
That's still, I think. Yeah, I think that's
You,
still a little far away. Like the 130 was a push. I don't know how I hit that, but it was a push.
you said
Um,
170?
what is it? 130 kilos. So I don't know how many pounds that is.
130 kilos? No, wait, you said 170.
130 kilos. Definitely not
130.
170.
I was like, dang, she's almost close to. Oh yeah, 286. Nah, come on. That was like RPE 8.5, RPE 9. You definitely have at least 134 maybe.
I love the
Yeah, like
confidence you have. I don't have it.
listen,
That
I
was
don't got a 300 log, so I want to see someone put it up.
that was already a 10 kilo PB. So I'd sat at like
Ooh.
117 and a half, 120 kilos on my log for like a long time. And then
Hmm.
yeah, this prep it's like jumped up a little bit, which is nice. Just from all the log training, I
Okay, but
think.
you have 5 more kilos in you. Come on. That's two
Oh,
and a halves per side.
yeah, I don't think I'll be hitting 300 anytime soon. Maybe after Arnold's. Maybe I'll just do
Not
like
with that attitude.
yeah, definitely not with this attitude.
Cool. So aside from that, what does the strongman scene in Australia look like?
I think it's a lot smaller than like
Yeah.
over in America and Canada. Like we struggle to get numbers in comps.
Mm.
So like at the moment, I suppose like there's some smaller comps, but it's pretty much like each state will have a comp, which is like a
Yeah.
qualifier for the nationals. And
Yeah.
then sort of
Yep.
that's the comps we have. And
Yep.
even then, like so for Australia's Strongest Woman last year, I think we had like 10 women. Um,
Total?
yeah. And that was like
Oof.
everyone who qualified. And to qualify, I think you had to get top two in the
Right.
state, like at the state comp. And then
Right.
even then, like the places went down anyway. Like they gave the invite to
Yeah.
people who place. The men's was a lot more though. There was like I think like 15 or something.
Right.
But yeah, we just struggled to get numbers.
Yeah.
And like so yeah, like your state comps, for example, like if I do like Victoria's Strongest Woman, which is the state I live in,
Hmm.
for the Open there might be like three women competing. And then like the under 82s might have like
Ooh.
three. Like there's more men
Men.
than women.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like struggling to get depth in the
Yeah.
classes.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like that up here too. Cause like I'm I didn't know you guys called them states. Like I thought it would be you'd call them provinces. Interesting. The more you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, here it's kind of the same thing. Like Saskatchewan has our first one coming up at the end of March, I believe. And I think there's maybe 9 women across the weight classes. And that's like all of them. That's novice, masters, 64, 73, 82, open, like everything. Teens. Fuck, we have so many divisions. But it's just like it's tough getting women out, and I don't know what it is. But like in Saskatoon here, we only have like one dedicated strongman gym. And then like
Mhm.
my gym is expanding and I'm able to bring my stuff in. So it'll kind of be the second. But it's like the population of Canada is very much horizontal that runs across like the bottom. So there's really no other strongman gym except for Regina and Saskatoon. And then you have to go to Calgary, which is like 6.5 hours away, or Edmonton, which is like 4.5 hours, or Winnipeg, or somewhere like that. And Winnipeg's even further. I think that's like 8 hour drive. So it's like there's not a lot. And like what sucks is Saskatchewan is very much a farm province and people who have farm strength are ridiculous. But whenever we're competing, it's like calving season, seeding, or it's harvest. So we never get the
Yeah.
farmers, which is ridiculous because I feel like I would be put to shame with some of those farm girls personally, which is great. Like,
Yes.
but like, get your ass out here. I want to see you compete. I want to have competition. So
Yeah.
interesting. So, what were the first events that you did in your very first comp?
It was actually a max log, max deadlift, and max stone comp.
Ooh,
So I think actually I'll be able to get it up. I'm pretty sure my log was like, I think I just hit 70 kilos. Um,
for a
my
newbie?
deadlift, I
Damn,
think so. Yeah,
she's
like
strong.
I already came from
Oh,
weightlifting though.
right,
So
right.
like it was not a nice clean. It was like imagine
Nice.
how you clean a barbell. That's how it looked, but with a log.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I think my deadlift was like 165 or 170, and I
Mm-hmm.
like mixed gripped it, and
With straps? No, please say no.
I didn't have
Thank
straps.
God.
No, no, no. They're like
Thank
mixed
God.
grip. It wasn't a hitch. Like it was a pretty deadlift. I don't think I've ever done a prettier deadlift since. um, and then I think my stone, I hit 90 kilos. So yeah, a very different to now where like my log's
Right?
like 130. The most I haven't maxed out my deadlift in a while, but the most I've done on like a deadlift bar is 240. And then
Mm-hmm.
my stone, I've done a 160 stone. So
Nice.
like massive difference in what, like
Yeah.
4 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. It's not happening. I'll need to be like bullied into it or um yeah,
I can do that.
usually what happens is like my coach will bribe me to do things. And so
Oh.
I'm like, well, if I do this thing, then you have to do this. So for I don't know what it is, but something about gold stars. He used to just like send me gold
Mm.
stars as like a well done thing. And then I don't know what it was, but I really liked it. And then
Hmm.
eventually he was like, I made a deal with him. So for OSG, if I podiumed, he was going to dress up as a giant gold star and have
Damn
like
it.
yellow morph suit and even like a little like cone hat. And then he actually even was going to do it for me for OSG. And I was like, well, no, I didn't podium, so I don't want it. No, no, no. Like I'm savoring this for like
Yeah.
another
Yeah. Oh,
time.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Uh,
You bank that. You bank that
yeah,
hard. Okay. So, well, I'm bringing you chips.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
you don't get them if you
$300
don't
chip.
get 300. Katie, we're going to discuss our predictions for the Arnold Pro. For the women, not for the men. They're too stinky. Like we'll leave that to someone else. But let's give our predictions for the Arnold Pro women. So for the lineup, we have quite a few faces that we recognize. I'm just gonna go into my messages here. Okay, wait, who do we have competing for the women? We have Angelica Jardine. Have you ever competed with Angelica?
No, I actually have never met her in person. But
Okay.
I can tell she's
She's pretty sick. She's
yeah,
chill. Yeah.
yeah.
Andrea Thompson. I've competed against her in 2023, I believe. She placed second at OSG that year for World's Strongest Woman. Erin Murray. I keep calling her Emily Murray. So, you'll probably hear that throughout the weekend. Sorry, Erin. No offense. I only need one Erin in my life, and there's only allowed one slot for that. But
Yeah.
Gabby Dixon, I've competed against her a few times. Have you competed against her?
No. So the only two people I've competed against Uh, Jen and Rebecca,
Mhm.
and that was at OSG.
Okay.
Um,
Right. The first time.
yeah, I haven't
And
competed
as
against women.
eh, that's fine. But you've watched them, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
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 Okay. And as Karaskilo, we have Jennifer Lyle, who is the world's third strongest woman. Oh yeah, and Katie is the world's fourth strongest woman. So the world's second strongest woman and the world's fourth strongest woman are going to give our predictions today. We have Lucy Underdown, Melissa Peacock, Nadia Stowers, Olga Lishuk, Rebecca Roberts, Sam Beliveau. So 12 ladies total. Okay, so Katie, did you get into any creeping for looking at the girls and what they've been doing lately?
Not really, actually. Only what's kind of come up on Instagram, and I guess like how they
Okay.
went at the Rogue as well.
Mhm.
Um,
Right.
so yeah, I
Okay,
guess some
well,
posts, but yeah,
right. Well, let's go through the events then and just like give our thoughts on who's going to do well. So day one, we have the elephant bar deadlift for Max. What are your predictions for this? I think Lucy.
yeah. I suppose like Lucy or Andrea, I guess are very good deadlifters.
Mm,
So,
right.
but I guess Lucy, like with the record and
Yeah.
like she pulled like 290 very easily the other day. I saw on Instagram.
Yeah.
So
I saw that too. 290 is wild for a woman to do.
yeah, yeah. And the amount of times she just walks up and just does it, and it's like, oh, okay, all right,
Oh, just a casual Friday. Oh my God.
yeah,
Yeah, I think between Andrea and her, it'll be fun to watch because yeah, Andrea's got big, strong legs.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
So, um, the overhead gauntlet. Okay, so we didn't know what this was, and so we had to ask around. So the overhead gauntlet is a 154 circus dumbbell, 175 natural stone. I'm guessing that's a press. And then two options for log, a 220 and a 270. And I'm guessing that's like for 60 seconds. Now, Katie, you were messaging me about your thoughts on the overhead medley.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
So, what are your thoughts about the two log choices?
yeah. What are they in kilos? Let me just quickly look. So you said 220, which is like
Yeah,
a 100 kilo log, and then you said
yeah,
270.
yeah. And that's a 122 log.
I guess after two events though, like two implements, like a
Hmm.
120 log is pretty decent.
Hmm.
So like, but I sort of feel like if you're at the top level, there should just be
Yeah,
one way. Like it's
yeah,
either you get it, um, and yeah, like I don't think there should be like a Trump log kind of situation.
yeah. Like, I mean, at OSG, it was nice to have as an option just because, like, if all we had was the 240, I'll give her. Like, let's
Mm.
rip, bud. Like, sure, I don't have 205 in me. Like, we don't have a 205 option, but like, I'll give 240 a whirl. Why not? Like, it's fine. Like, I won't say no to that. I might get a sick PR that day, but if I zero, I zero. But I don't know. Like, when I was listening to a lot of interviews this last week and the week prior, they're talking about the two options for the log, and they're saying how the Arnold is the superior of all the comps to go to. And it's like, well, if it's the superior, then I don't think you should have two options. I think it should be this is what the weight is. And if you can't lift it, you can't lift it.
Or if you can't lift it, then do the first two really fast.
Hmm.
Um,
Get a split time.
yeah,
So
yeah.
for athletes, who do we have for the overhead medley?
I suppose it's Inez, of course.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
just, but there is a few women that have hit a 120 log. So
Hmm.
it'll be interesting that they can hit it after two implements
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think I watched Angelica hit 270 in training. So I think she
yes,
could do it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Andrea's
I suppose,
crazy strong in her upper body.
oh yeah, yeah. Like her log's massive. But I think even like, I suppose Rebecca's hit like a 120. I'm pretty sure Lucy's hit a
Mhm.
120.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jonathan's as well.
Yeah.
So it's just yeah, whether you can
Yeah.
do it after movements. But I don't know what like a stone press is like. I've actually never done that, so I don't know
Um,
how heavy difficult that is.
it's it's not as awkward as a 150 sandbag because it's 150, right? Is that what I said?
Uh, I think that's maybe what you said.
175.
Yeah.
175. It's like, I don't know. It's less awkward than a sandbag. It's just more compact and all together. It's not that
Mm,
bad. You just got to get it to your chest and then it's like a block, really. So
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not that bad. I don't know. I think
And typically
Andrea
down
has
holds.
this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Erin Murray, I think she'll get I don't know if she has 270 in her, but she might have the 220.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think she'll have the circus dumbbell on the stone, but I don't
Mhm.
know.
But I think it will be
Uh,
just like who can do the first two the fastest.
yeah, I agree. I think Gabby will get to I don't know what Gabby's log is like. I think she hit 240 at North Americans this last year. So unless she put on a ton of strength, I don't know if she's hitting the 270, but I'm willing to be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Inez for sure has it. Jennifer, I feel like Jen has a big log.
Yeah. I can't remember what she did at OSG, whether she hit 2 reps on the bigger
Mm,
one.
hmm
Um,
What has she done in training?
maybe, but I
I
mean
feel like
like that
she's
log
getting
was
close.
so
Yeah, that
it's
was a big log.
significant.
Lucy might have
Yeah.
270. We'll see. But I think 220. Melissa Peacock, I don't know. She hasn't been posting any training videos, so I literally don't know.
Hmm. I mean, they both have a
Nadia,
massive, like her and Mel and Sam both have massive monster dumbbells. So
mhm.
like they've got body strength. But
Yeah,
I guess I don't know how that relates to their log. So
yeah, true. Well, and like
yeah.
it's different watching people train. Like I think Rebecca has a 270 in her just because I think she did what a 264 log the other day. So, and for reps, well, sets of two or something. So she's got it, but I just haven't seen any training come out of them. Nadia, I think Nadia, if she can hold her Achilles together, she might have this medley, but she's coming off of
Yeah.
an injury. So, oh man, and Olga. Whoa, you can't count Olga out. I don't
Yeah,
know.
she's probably
Like,
done.
she might
Yeah.
have it. Rebecca's got it. Sam, maybe. I don't know.
Mhm.
We'll see. I don't
And
know.
it's
My picks for
only
this. Oh,
well, so
mhm,
like they'll be semi-fresh.
mhm. After a max deadlift, though, that's the
Mm.
thing is like after a max out event, doing an overhead event, that's when it's like, that's when your expectations of what you think you can do should just like chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
At least that's for me,
Yeah.
it is. And if I
Yeah.
were to do a max effort deadlift right before an overhead medley, I'm gonna go with the safe bet of 220.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, hmm. But yeah, I think it might be Andrea's or Inez's to lose.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty good
I don't
pick.
know. We'll see. We'll see. It's hard to tell because like they're all so equal in their strength, for the most
Yeah.
part.
That's the thing. Like
Okay.
everyone's so strong and so close. So
Yeah.
it's like one fumble will like drop you back. Or if you
Yeah.
don't fumble, you can
Where do
um
you think you would be if you were to do that event?
um I don't know. I love medleys though. I do
I do
like
too.
a medley.
Yeah.
So I would hope somewhere in the top three for
Hmm.
the overhead. But because I could do the log, like the heavier
Hmm.
log. Um, but I don't think I'd be the
Yeah.
fastest.
Right. Do you have that dumbbell in you? 154?
What's that in kilos? 150. Yeah, yeah. So I've hit a 81 kilo monster dumbbell.
Oh, you got
So
it. And what have you
yeah,
done for like a block press?
I haven't done a block press in a long time, but I think I hit like 70 like a few years ago. So I'd hope now
Okay.
I could hit more. Yeah,
Yeah, what did I hit? I was prepping for OSG last year and I hit 180. So I hit an 81 kilo, and like I'm pretty sure 80 was the number for OSG. So I
yeah.
was peaked for it, but that freaking anchor yoke press was a bitch.
I
Anyways,
loved. but that's because I got to train on it. I didn't, of course, go to that OSG, but I did have it for Australia's Strongest Woman, and I
Well,
loved
aren't
it.
you so lucky?
But I know all of you guys didn't get to train on it, and so
Meh.
it was like I'm trying it out on the platform, which yeah,
It's
which was
always
sad.
nice to have that advantage, but like at the same time, strongman is never the same. Like I've never been at an advantage having the implements or anything like that. So like it is what it is. You just go and you just rip and grip, or grip and rip.
The best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Day 1 still. So the last event is frame carry, no straps. And I believe that is 586 or 266.3 kilos. So
Well,
for what I know,
heavy. Yeah.
I don't know what Angelica's grip is like. I'm assuming it's good. Andrea's probably got some good grip. Erin, I think she's got good grip. Gabby has probably the best grip in the world. Inez, I beat Inez out of the wheelbarrow medley or the wheelbarrow max out at North Americans. I believe she was right behind me. So she was fourth, I was third. So she's got decent grip. Jennifer, I'm sure she's got good grip. She has to. She's a mom. Like she strangles her kids' neck all the time. So like she has to have good grip, right? That's the
Yeah.
theory.
Yeah.
Lucy, she was pretty much born with a barbell in her hand to deadlift, so I would assume she's got good grip. Melissa, traditionally not good grip. Nadia, I'm pretty sure it's good grip. Olga, great grip. Rebecca, good grip. Sam, not good grip.
Mhm.
Which sucks because
Yeah.
Canadians are known for our grip, and like the two Canadians being represented have terrible grip unless they've worked on it, which I hope because like don't do us dirty.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you think that it's that incline again where they have to run up the ramp?
It could be. That makes it pretty cool. I reckon. It
Hmm.
gives like a little bit different than just running a frame. Like it gives a bit
Yeah,
more challenge to it. But yeah, I hope it is. I mean,
because
if I
that's
was
a
doing
light
it, I would hope.
frame. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it was. I think this is the same weight, or I think we had a 600. We had a 600 frame at OSG last year, so it has to be that
Yeah.
uphill run. I
Hmm.
don't know. That'd be
Like that's
weird if it
heavy. Like,
wasn't.
I would probably zero that. Like I wouldn't be able
What?
to pick that up. Yeah. My grip is shocking. So like, yeah, without straps, I don't think I'd be able to hold that.
What?
Yeah, I'd have to take the L.
Oh, you know what? It's because you didn't grow up in a frozen wasteland where things are froze on you and you had to like, will your grip to open things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got very bubble wrapped. Mm.
With
Mhm.
a bunch of kangaroos and beaches. Oh, you poor kid.
Yeah, I know. How terrible.
Okay, day 2, the big jerk for Max. What have you been watching? Because like I've been
Yeah.
watching a little bit.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I think because I've done a little bit of that because like for my next comp after Arnold's, which is Australia's Strongest
Mhm.
Woman, we have that exact same event. And so
Nice.
before I started my Arnold's prep, I was prepping that.
Mhm.
And it's different to just having it in your front rack. I found it worse.
Yep.
Whereas other people, I guess, prepping for that comp here in Australia, they're like hitting massive PBs. So um,
Huh?
yeah, if it just I think depends on the person. Like you might be able to get
Yeah.
heat more out of the overhead press,
Yeah.
but you might a bit.
So someone told me that it could be behind the neck or it could just be a front rack. And it really
Okay, so they
doesn't
can choose.
matter. Yeah. So for Australia's strongest woman, does it have to be behind the neck?
No, he's the guy
Okay.
running it has now been like you can go either. Um,
Okay.
but
Okay.
it's the thing is like yeah, if you're so used to being like in a log or like if you
Mhm.
jerk and I suppose like everything's in front of you and then suddenly you're like trying to stretch everything back and trying to press like that, like it'll be a lot harder.
Mhm.
But then some people who don't normally split jerk have then tried that and tried split jerking and they're suddenly lifting a heap more.
Yeah.
So you could definitely have some people lifting more overhead than if they just did like, like a log or an axle
Yeah.
or something like
Personally, I'm anticipating a few blown out shoulders from this. Um,
that.
just from knowing what I know, like this is an Olympic lifter move. And like I had to do this when I was taking Olympic weightlifting classes at CrossFit, and you probably did too. And back then I had the mobility, but a lot of strong men, strong women, they're muscle bound. And so to try and get that mobility in, unless you are a smaller athlete who, has the mobility, but I'm talking the open athletes. The middleweights, they probably have the mobility for that, and that's great for them. But for us opens, we might not have that mobility because we might be muscle bound. And so I'm anticipating a few blown out shoulders. I'm putting $10 on it. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I suppose if they can go from the front rack though as well, like gives that
Yeah.
other option.
Yeah.
Um, but it'll be interesting. I suppose the people who I guess are very strong overhead versus like the cleans that maybe put them back. Like I
Yeah.
suppose I know Ned would press way more than what say she could clean. And so
Yeah.
like this is such a for her because then she can really like tap into
Yeah.
overhead strength versus like
Yeah.
some people who like what limits them pressing more is actually their press. Like they can
Hmm.
clean way more than press kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think it'll be interesting. I think it'll like mix up the numbers a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would love to see Inez put 400 up.
Oh, how heavy is that in kilos? Like 200 or is it
Uh, no, not quite 200. I don't think. Hold on. 181
I feel like she's done that. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just
in
hyping her up more
training.
than I should, but I feel like she's training on like 170 or 180 kilos or something like that.
Well,
Like
I mean, a
something
gym PR is different than a comp PR.
that's true. Yeah. But if you do
So
it in the gym and probably do it on the
you should
stage. So
be able to. I would like to see her put up like 185, 190. I
mhm.
think she could.
I suppose the
And
thing
then
is, will she do it? Like, I guess if she knows what she needs to do to win, would
Mhm.
she push beyond that, or would she just do what she needs to win? That'd be what's
Hmm.
interesting. Because it's like, do you save yourself for the next two events, or do you like, I guess, utilize
So
the stage you're?
when I competed with her at North Americans last year, she was going for the world record for the log. She wanted to increase her record from what 321 to like I think she was going for 340, maybe 335, something like that. She was trying to surpass her own record. Um, and she was like, I don't know if it's there today. And then like all of us girls like got around her and were like trying to hype her up to like get it because like, the crowds can lift spirits with our
Yeah.
voices. And so it was just like for her, it just wasn't in the cards and she wasn't gonna push because she did want to win and she wanted to do well. So yeah, you're right. If she's not feeling it, I don't think she will. And I think she'll play the smart game. But if she's feeling it, and it's a big paycheck too, she might want that PB because there might be cash money attached to it.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
If so,
Cause
then
like,
do it.
yeah. And like, I've seen her take an L and just be like, yeah, no record today. Like, I want to do good in the other events. So yeah, good point there. But if there's money on the line, I can see her doing it. I would.
Oh yeah, there's money on the line. Like, I'm hitting it. It's happening.
5K. Oh yeah. I'll, I don't, it'll be ugly, but yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like,
Also,
I'll blow myself.
there's no record breakers this year. Did you notice that? The Arnold
Maybe.
always
Yeah.
has record breakers.
But I suppose they have got a few people in the cage. So I wonder whether the cage is like
True.
kind of the record breaker thing, maybe.
True. I think that the records were taking way too much time. And
Mm,
I think there's going to
maybe.
be a spectacle enough with the cage, the pro stage, and the pro am stage. I think the pro am women are going to be, and the pro am men are going to be something to watch. I can't wait, to be quite honest. It's going to
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
So for this one, I have Inez in first. I have,
Mm.
and then like between Andrea, Angelica, and oh, Jennifer. Oh, and Olga. I don't have a top three. I just have Inez in number one.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. Is like there's too many women that could take this out. And the thing is like
Hmm.
because I don't know what this. I'm assuming it's like a three attempt thing. It's
Hmm.
like well, depending what they pick, like you could very easily. like you could be strategic and like go
Mm,
a little bit more than one other person. But then I guess
yeah,
if you miss it, then like you could drop right back under all these other people.
yeah.
Um, and so yeah, I think it points wise, yeah, like it could change so easily depending if someone
But
gets it or
it's
not.
at some point you need to stop playing the points game and just play your game, because if you play the points game to beat people, then you're going to mess up your own game, and your own game might be solid where it's like, I want this PR for me personally, and then you get it and then you get greedy and you're like, ooh, but if I get this much more I can edge them out, and then you mess it up, and then it's just like, just stick to your game.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's a payday regardless for these ladies, so good for them.
yeah.
The timber test. Okay, what's the timber test? Timber trial, 200-pound log, 220 log, and then there's a drag or a sled weight.
Was that
So
like a
there's,
log clean and like
I
two
think
log clean
so.
and presses and drag?
Like, have you been
That's
able to find like the event rules or anything for this or the weights?
no, no.
Yeah, same.
So I
Hmm.
don't know what that is, but
So then I wonder if
I
it's
mean,
like log clean and press 200, long clean and press 220, and then like how there was that the no, the hay bale roll into like the sandbag carry into the arm over arm. I wonder if it's like clean press, drag for like 30 or 40 feet.
I don't think actually I don't think it would be because it's already got two overhead events,
Yeah,
so
there's
one
so
each
many
day.
overhead events.
I wouldn't think they would have another overhead event, like especially behind like back to back, because otherwise, I mean, I would love that, but
That's
because I love
three.
overhead.
No, that's three. There's the overhead medley, the max jerk, and the timber trial. There's three overhead
Right?
events.
But yeah, so I don't know whether that's
Ooh.
it or if it's something different.
Or like,
Or
yeah,
do
per
they mean
hand.
like, I mean, Odd Objects did post something the other day where it's like a log that they carry. Could it be that? Like, could it be
It
like
could
you're
be.
carrying a timber log, not clean and pressing the timber log?
Ah, like Paul Bunyan on his shoulder. Yeah.
That might be because then if you got a sled drag, you might like have to carry something, put it in a sled, and then drag
See,
it
that would be
back.
smart. I would love
Mm,
that. That sounds so fun.
that sound fun. Yeah.
I love medleys, and like the greasier the medley is, the better. I love greasy medleys.
Yeah, I feel like the mindset going into a medley, like for me, is easier because I'm like, I just got to do this really fast. I just got to grab this
Mhm.
thing, take it to that point. Like,
Yeah,
it's fun rather than just
yeah.
like being in the one spot and having to rep something out. Like, yeah,
I know. And like I love being beside like OSG sandbag medley. That was fun because I was just like, oh shit, Becky's behind me. And it like made me run faster. But then like with the sled, it was just like she can't catch me. Then I started to slow down and then you edged me out by like 0.02 of a second.
yeah. I can't believe I won that actually. I trained that so
I can't
hard
believe
and
I
so,
won that.
I was so happy that I actually did well on that. But like, it's just one of
Uh-huh.
those ones where I'm like, because I also don't know a lot of the competitors. So I'm like,
Mm,
I don't know if this is good. Like, I don't know
right.
if what I'm doing is like impressive or not, or whether I'm just really slow. Um,
Yeah. It's so different training alone, hey?
yeah.
You have no
Um,
benchmarks.
no, not at all. And
Hmm.
then and shoulder, the last one.
Stone to shoulder, 250 or 300, 20-inch stone, no tacky. So I wonder if tacky towels are available. Probably,
Yeah, but
because I
yeah.
would imagine. I've been watching Angelica really crush this. She's good at stones.
Mm-hmm.
Inez, obviously, I think Inez is going to get 300. I'm guessing it's 60 seconds, probably by like, I would say 3 to 5 reps, maybe 3 to 6 reps. Um, I really haven't seen any of the other ladies train for this.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't seen much. Yeah, just like it depends who, like the person I guess that posts the most, like that's who you think
Mhm.
of. But they could really like there could be someone who's doing this for reps and reps, just
Mhm.
not posting it.
Well, we all know that that's what's happening.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I think Lucy, I think okay, I think Melissa will do. I don't know if she'll do the 300 just because a 20-inch diameter is, and she's got short arms. That's why she's got such a good press. I don't know if she'll go for the 250 or the 300, but because she's shorter, she'll probably get a few reps, I would imagine. But also Lucy with her long arms, she might be able to hug that thing and just rip them, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Jennifer,
So I suppose
she's
without
just a tank. Yeah. Yeah. Well, didn't Lucy do well in the natural stone lift at the Invitational?
yeah, I think so from memory. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
Jen, I think Jen will get a few. I really hope she goes for the 300 because like at this point 300 is such a heavy stone. Like why would they do that? Honestly, there's times when I
Yeah.
do strongman where it's just like, why do I do this? Like this is too heavy. It hurts me. Like I'm gonna have a bruise on my boob. Like what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It
think
just bruises, raises
yeah,
everywhere. Yeah.
everywhere.
Mhm.
I think Gabby's got 300. She's strong. I think she's got it.
Yeah.
Would you be able
Yeah.
to do 300
I'm
for
looking at it
shoulder?
now, it's a 135. Maybe for one. I think
Yeah.
like without tacky, like pick it up off the ground for me would be like the biggest struggle.
Oh, you're right. Tacky towels have to be allowed. They
Mm.
have to
Like
be.
with something. 'Cause I
Because
have very short, so getting
mm-hmm,
around big stuff, like I have to really get underneath it and like
mm-hmm,
utilize the tacky. I
mm-hmm.
suppose. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't
And like I've
do
got
much on tacky lifting, so
really at
yeah,
all?
not
Oh.
really. No, I probably
Is it just
should,
because
but oh, yeah, a lot of the stones we've done are like heavy stones, I
yeah,
suppose.
yeah.
Like yeah,
I like stones. Like my long arms are good for them. My long arms are good for medleys, stones, and sometimes deadlifts. That's it. Sometimes.
yeah,
So then we've got a 113 and a 136 kilo stone. I think
yeah.
Erin slash Emily, Erin Murray, I think she'll get the 250. I think because I haven't seen, I'm just thinking middleweights. Like, I don't know if Melissa has the 300 just because her arms aren't long enough to maybe grab the 300. Nadia, she's got long arms. I think she might get, depending on if her heel, like her Achilles can hold up, I think she could get 300. Olga for sure. Like, she's such a tank. Like, have you seen her? She is a brick shithouse.
The only time I've really seen her is when she did Rogue.
Mm,
Um, otherwise, like I've seen bits and pieces, but I'm
yeah.
scared. That's all I need to know is I'm scared. So if I
I
ever have to
love
compete,
Olga. Olga, if I could if my career ending competition, if I could like plan it out, it would be that I beat Olga and then I retire.
yeah, you're like, I'm done. I've made it as far as I possibly could.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't need her to beat me anymore. I'm just gonna tap out from here. It's been great. Bye guys. So
yeah,
if I beat
yep.
Olga, expect for me to retire, you know.
Okay,
Or
awesome.
start to have
I'll set that
babies.
up.
I don't know. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
I think Rebecca has 300 in her. I think she can do it. She's got a pretty gritty attitude. Like she'll grind out some hard stuff.
Mm, hmm.
Like
I feel
I'm
like
just
once
thinking
it's flat,
OSG.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
and
just thinking
they
OSG with her finger. She broke it and she kept going and she was like, I can handle the pain. And it's like,
oh,
really?
okay, yeah, yeah.
So she's got a good
I think
attitude. And
I think
go
if they
ahead.
all could lap, I reckon they could
Mhm.
extend it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think they would all be able to do that to a platform. So I think like
Yes.
we'll just be able to get it to their shoulder. Yeah.
I wonder if they're allowed grip shirts because that would change the game.
That would too. Or whether it has to be like competition shirts for
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. And honestly, I just find that chalk slicks off the stone so much. So I wouldn't even grab chalk.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I think Sam could push herself for the 300, but we'll see. I don't know. With the middleweights, so like Melissa, Aaron, and Sam, I'm thinking they have the 250 for sure locked in. For the opens, I want to see all the opens do 300, but I do want to see the middleweights do the 300 stone. I think that would be impressive if they could.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That'd be really
so with all that said, what's your podium? Who do you have on the podium?
I think I'd go Nez. I'd put a Nez up there.
Hmm.
Um, maybe Andrea and Angelica, maybe.
Ooh, okay. I
Young cute
have,
little.
yeah, and this is like no particular order. This is not for second, third, but like for my top three, I'm gonna go with Inez, Olga, and Rebecca and Lucy are interchangeable.
Mhm.
If I'm doing a top five, I think it's Inez, Lucy, Olga, Rebecca, and the fifth would be, oh no, Angelica or Andrea, probably Andrea. Oh, but Angelica surprised us last year, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the points can change so much. Like there is
I
so many
know.
as well. So it's like if you just flunk one event, like that's what, like 12 points. That's a
Hmm.
lot to drop and to try and gain back. So really, like, it can be any of them.
I know.
Um, and
I
like,
think
especially if they're not,
there's,
like,
go
they could
ahead.
be, if they're not posting stuff, they could be doing some really amazing things. And we
I
just
know.
don't know about it yet. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the name of the game, right? Like when you get up into this level, like you don't really post your weights, you don't really post much.
Mm.
I'm terrible at social media to begin with, so if I post anything, it's because I was like, oh yeah, I haven't posted in 3 weeks. Yeah, like honestly, I think top five, top six. I think
Mm.
top three is pretty accurate. I am really very, very interested to see how Jennifer surprises us because she is
Yeah.
strong. Like at the Shaw last year, she pulled 700. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Very
I'm
strong.
so excited to watch Jennifer compete.
Mm.
And like yeah, and Gabby too because like this is her first time against this group of women. So I'm interested to see how she does, but I'm more interested to see how Jennifer does because she's got mom strength at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
Um
Yeah.
so and your final thoughts on the Arnolds and the Arnold Pro women? Any final thoughts? Anything that you would love to do for
Love to do.
yeah, what event would you love to do the most before we wrap up?
Probably the overhead medley is the one that I would
Yeah.
have loved to do. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. Well, Katie, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. I loved chatting with you today, and good luck with the rest of your training. You better bring it, and you better believe I'm going to do my best to psych you out. But also know that I love you dearly, and I only mean it on the comp floor.
No, it'll be a fun weekend. It will.
It's gonna be so fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing all of you girls again. Like you guys are this strongman community is very much a family. And like the more I see everyone, the more it's just like, I can't wait to go. And I don't even want to compete. I just want to see everybody. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes.
So but
Yeah.
anyways,
Agreed.
have good rest of your weekend. Good luck with work and good luck with your flights. Hopefully all your bags make it there and that you make it there in one piece. And it's not like the Delta flight that did not land in Toronto, if anyone's up with the news.
Uh, yes, that's all I do. No,
Cool.
good. Hopefully we're not
Yeah.
on those flights.
Thank
All
God.
right.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And I will see you soon.